on?
Oh, I am so unprepared.
You are.
Yeah.
Whatevs. You look prepared, and your pad, not pod, is so far working and hasn't shut down on you.
It's not that. It's inside my soul. I'm not prepared.
Are any of us prepared, Kristina?
For life?
For life?
It's hard.
Oh, hello, folks.
Good morning.
I've lost my voice again a little bit, but I just sucked on a really chemically Hall's menthol thing, so maybe I can get through this here show.
It sounds really good.
Yay. I was looking at the calendar. This is like 2.5, almost 3 months of having a wonky voice. And I get why you had a voice issue, because you're actually a singer and you use your voice a lot. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have a voice issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you just have sheep.
Right.
And I came into the studio today and Emily was just sitting kind of scrolling through pictures of sheep. That's how she gets ready for the show.
No, I was like, what did I do this last week? So I went on to Facebook and Instagram just to scroll through what I put on for the last week. And it really wasn't a help to me because all there was sheep. And I could talk about sheep all day long, but I don't think anybody would want to listen to that except for me, possibly.
I don't know. I think a lot of people like your sheep pictures.
Sheep pictures is one thing. Talking about sheep for a long time is a total another thing.
Yeah, I mean, you and I don't talk about sheep very much.
No.
We could. I had that good experience with you with Jim.
Oh, yeah.
That sheep named Jim. I liked him a lot.
He's still wonderful. He's my favorite little baby sheep, even though
Can I come visit him sometime?
Yes.
I want to hang out with Jim.
We had lots of hugs yesterday because when I was in there dealing with all the actual newborn babies, he's still a little jealous. He remembers being a baby. He remembers being in the house and having his bottle. And he likes to be hugged, and so he would just come over and hang his head over into the baby's thing and just wait for you to come and hug him. He wanted just as much attention as those little ones.
And he deserves it.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
There's no one finer than Jim.
Except for he almost knocked your camera and tripod over about 100 times, I believe.
But let's try again. I think he's grown up since then.
Yes, he's less clumsy. He's still as curious. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
She was,
Sheep.
I looked in the mirror this morning and I said to myself, I need to improve my haircut.
What?
I need to improve my haircut.
What do you mean?
My hair is getting really bad.
I think it looks nice. What are you talking about? Is it because that article said it was salt and pepper?
No, that's okay.
Okay. I've never really thought of that expression as pertaining to your hair. But whatever.
People have been saying that for a long time.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like that term.
Isn't that a band?
Probably.
Yes, it is. It's a female duo. Oh, there's Salt and Peppa.
Peppa.
Not like pepper.
Yeah, Peppa. And I live on Pepper Road.
Oh my God.
The synchronicity of life is overwhelming me right now.
So weird. Weird.
I need my tea. I need to drink my tea to stabilize.
If you reach for it, you're going to knock it over. Watch it. Be careful.
There, is that okay?
Yeah, I think that's okay.
If it tips this way, it'll go on the iPad.
I try not to laugh because when I laugh, sometimes this whole table shakes, and then your tea will topple.
Yes. So if it goes this way, it goes on the iPad. If it goes that way, it goes on the recording device and the iPhone. Are there any devices that you'd like to add to surround my teacup?
I could put mine right here in the back so that...
Okay, so on the back side, if it goes down, it goes onto Emily's iPhone. So I've got 2 iPhones. We have a Sony handheld recorder, and we have an iPad, and then, of course,
We're putting our own personal equipment in the line of fire first.
Yeah.
So that we feel less guilty about bringing Kristina's tea into the studio where we're not supposed to have it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It has a lid.
It's just clear liquid.
Right.
It's not like chocolate milk or something. I would never, ever bring chocolate milk in here.
I really love chocolate milk.
If you catch me bringing chocolate milk in here, you should reprimand me and write a letter to the editor or to the president of the station and let them know that something really bad has gone on. We have Donald Trump?
No, Of the station? He's not the president of our station.
Well, there's a, de facto president. There's a king. The station has a king.
Oh, wow.
That's just King Todd. King Todd of Tunbridge.
Oh my God, we should make him like a little tiara.
Yeah. Did we announce the show?
No,
what it is?
No, we didn't do anything.
Okay, let's do it. Let's announce 11th hour radio show from South Royalton.
Yeah. WFVRLP 96.5. Kristina and Emily.
And in case she said that too fast, I'm going to articulate like she's supposed to do WFVR.
You know what? I don't even know why there's letters. You can't go find those letters on a radio. Does your radio, you're like, oh, let me turn it to WFVR. Like, how would you know where that is?
No, but it must be registered as WFVR somewhere.
Yeah, but why would we have to tell the general public that? It's not their business.
Because it makes it sound like a real radio station. Don't you want it to be real?
I guess. Didn't we think of something that it stood for?
If Free Vermont Radio, I believe.
What's the W? Whoa.
No, W stands for the East Coast of America.
Why?
Because radio stations in California start with a K.
Why?
Like it would be KFVR.
I don't understand. What's that K mean?
California. K for California.
Oh, right.
K for Kristina.
W for what?
K for
then?
Coffee Cup Donuts. See, the world makes a lot of sense if you just stop and think about it.
It really does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it is really wintertime in Vermont. For the last month of winter, it's doing...
You probably do too, but we live in the dang snow belt.
Yeah.
Our
How
road
much did you get?
Is crazy. It's well over 2 feet, and that's on top of like the last snow that didn't melt already.
I think it was 3 at my house.
I'm thigh high when I make a path. Like,
I'm glad to hear that because I had a neighbor who said 18 inches, and I looked at him incredulous because when I went to...
No.
I have to shovel off my solar panels. And when I went out there, it was up to my thigh.
Yeah.
I was pushing through a thigh full.
Yeah, me too.
Every step a thigh full.
And it's ridiculous too, because the second we turn off our road and go down a little bit, it's not like that. It's weird. It's like you're going into a funny little time warp. The second you turn onto Moody Hill, you're like, whoa.
Do you think there's a wind factor? Because I
don't know.
There might be a wind factor. I have a bit of a wind factor at my house.
Electromagnetic too. I don't know, because a few years ago when a tiny, tiny little like tornado / hurricane thing whipped through, it went on like a 1/2 mile wide thing, and it went right through our property, and nobody else got it like that. We had trees down.
Personally,
it was crazy.
I would be honored, because that says Mother Nature is sort of singling you out as you're special.
To kill.
No.
It's just we have extreme weather,
it's
right?
to test
We're in a
you.
weird pocket of very extreme weather.
Did you feel tested?
Yes. The fire department had to come and rescue us because we couldn't get out because there were like 19.
And did it crush your car?
That was a different one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember your car being crushed by a maple tree.
Yeah, we have now pretty much cleared out all the trees that could fall on the cars anymore. Because they all did already.
Good job.
Yeah. There's still one branch of a big maple tree that leans a little bit toward our house that we need to have a tree surgeon come and take. Because whenever it's windy, I take my children out of their bedroom, because their bedroom is the closest to this tree, and I send them down to sleep in Granny Annie's guest room.
Oh. I don't know why more people don't do that. A lot of people just cut their trees down, but you actually could just move your activity out of that side of the house. It makes sense to me.
Well, we just haven't gotten around to having somebody come and take it down. And the trees are huge, so it's not a very easy process.
Yeah, it's a little presumptuous to say that your life is more important than the life of the tree that's been there for 200 years. Right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, people. Let's get off our high horse. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
There were 2 avalanches.
In Vermont?
Yeah.
I saw that.
It doesn't happen very much.
This one at Smuggler's Notch, I think.
There were 2 at Smuggler's Notch.
I just thought of going skiing there. I don't think that'll do that.
Yeah, maybe just,
I'm afraid
postpone.
of avalanches.
They're not too nice. Yeah, it was quite the blizzard. It was quite the blizzard.
Yeah, it was.
I drove up to, I had to get out of the house. I've just been housebound for too many days, trying to avoid going out my road, but I decided I would go try to find a copy of 7 Days to send to my mother.
Oh, nice.
But I got all the way up to Montpelier, and they didn't have it.
What? We got it days ago here at the
You did
co-op.
not.
Yes, we did.
Liar.
How long
Liar,
ago did I
liar,
post
pants
that
on
thing?
fire.
2 days ago, I think.
You did not.
Yes, we did. I
Liar.
posted
You
it
are a
online.
liar.
Go look online.
Can you look me in the face
I'm
and lie
looking
like
you in
that?
the little eyeballs. Yeah, the co-op here had them really early.
I'll
I
never
think.
trust you again.
I can give you our copy if you want.
No, I'll just go see if I can get my own for my mother.
Go to the co-op because they have them.
So I had a dream about Pam Polston last night.
Oh, really?
Yes, the publisher of the paper. And for anybody who doesn't know, they did a story on me. And so in the dream last night, we're in a church, and Pam is up at the pulpit, right? And you know how sometimes when people sing together, somebody will start clapping,
Yeah.
and then you have that awkward moment of trying to decide whether to join the clapping.
Yeah.
But it gets to a certain momentum, and then it's easy to join in.
Right.
But then there's the problem on the other end as well, that people start clapping, but then there's like, how long do we clap?
Wait, was Pamela like preaching or singing?
I'm not sure. She was just up there looking, very in charge. And she started clapping. And I remember looking up and going, should I clap? I was self-conscious, but I did finally start clapping with her. And then immediately started worrying about when we were going to stop clapping.
Oh, wow. These are some anxious dreams that you're having.
I just thought I'd tell you.
They've done these really funny experiments on people where they just wait until they see some people walking down the sidewalk, and then the experimenters run in the opposite direction and just shout, "Run!" to see if everyone will turn around and run, too, not knowing why or what.
Oh, yeah.
And they do. Everybody always runs.
Exactly. They have these tests also where they have like 5 people in to answer a group of questions, and 4 people are planted there to give the wrong answer. And that poor 5th person who unknowingly is sort of on his own, when they start asking the questions and he always has an answer that's different than the other 4, he finally, over time, starts to change his answer to the wrong answer so that he can fall in with the other 4 people.
Did you see that other one? People like to toy with people so much.
Yeah.
There was another one where all these people were waiting in a waiting room, and it was probably someplace in Asia. I'm not sure. And then like a little chime would go every couple minutes. And they had planted a bunch of people in there originally to just stand up every time it chimed and then sit back down again. And without knowing why, the real people who were coming into the waiting room started to stand up whenever the chime came to. And, they would slowly circulate out to their appointments. And they made it so that the original planted people left. And, there were like so many series of people beyond that. And the people were still standing up and sitting down every time the chime rang. And they didn't know why. It's just that every time a new person came in, they would see the other people doing it, and they would do it just totally pointless and random.
I know. It made me wonder what I would do. Whether I would succumb like that.
Right. If they thought it was some sort of strange custom that they had to. It's just very crazy.
It's just scary because it happens on such a macro scale.
I know.
As well. We all get so brainwashed.
Think of how much of that is, in our lives already, and we don't even know it.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say a little bit more about my mother, who's 91.
Yeah.
She's pretty much a typical 91-year-old. She lives in the assisted living facility, and she walks with a walker and all of that, and she has a reading machine and everything. But the thing about my mom is that she dreams about being like a Arctic explorer, which she keeps talking about it now that she's getting older and she's having some of those.
Maybe you should take her there.
Those short-term memory issues. Well, at one point,
maybe she was one.
Yeah, or maybe she's gonna be one. I mean, she's obsessed with Shackleton and she's obsessed with Sir Edmund Hillary, and she idolizes these guys. It's really kind of cool. I'm really glad. I feel proud of my mother that she wants to be an Arctic explorer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It only costs about $11 million to cross the Antarctica with dog sleds.
Why would it cost that much? Dog food is not that expensive. Like really big coats are not that expenve. You tell me why. It
Well,
costs
how
$11
about
million.
might be like let's see, how many tons of food do you have to take with you? 20 tons of food and gear.
How are the dogs going to carry that?
36 dogs?
36 dogs can't carry 20 tons of anything. 36 dogs can carry like a couple people in a couple like rucksacks.
Well, maybe they drop stuff. I don't know how they do it.
Am I just crazy, or did like a bunch of teacup poodles win the Iditarod one year?
I think you might be.
Iditarod. Which is it?
Iditarod. I think you might be wrong.
I don't think I am, man.
Poodles won the Iditarod.
Mini ones.
Mini poodles.
Yeah, I gotta look.
Where do you get your information?
I don't know. I just feel like I heard that once. It was like this crazy thing.
You
look it up.
You spend a lot of time on the internet?
No. Well, sometimes.
What sites do you go to? Like, was that on Facebook?
I don't think so. But hang on. Okay.
I don't know. It's
I think they were teacup poodles even. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna look up poodles because I can't really type very well with only one thumb.
Did you know that Sir Edmund Hillary was actually from New Zealand? I always thought he was
I would like
British
to go to
explorer.
New Zealand. Ha! Poodles Iditarod pops right up. Hold on a second. What's it going to say?
Poodles Iditarod
Once upon
pops.
a time, poodles raced in the Iditarod, and they weren't half bad. Hold on a second.
Well, half bad is a little bit different than winning the Iditarod.
Oh, this is standard poodles.
Yeah, I do want to see him. Can I see him?
Yeah. This is a miniature poodle running behind a snowmobile. No, all right. Here's the standard poodles in the Iditarod.
The standard poodles.
Yeah, but I gotta find the teacup ones.
Suitor
now.
with a team of standard poodles when he first started racing the breed in the mid 1970s.
Maybe your mom should try those because they're probably cheaper because no one would expect them to.
My mother would not
go for the poodles.
Would not like poodles. She's
all right.
She's
okay,
like
she's
like of the people. She's she identifies with the proletariat, and that would not jive with some breed like poodle.
Okay.
She might go with...
who named them? That's the stupidest name. I don't like anything that's poodle, poo, or doodle.
She likes mutts.
Yeah,
because mutts, she always felt like they were morally superior. And so I grew up with that feeling that mutts were morally superior to dogs that were purebred.
As well because they don't have...
well, I think
some of the health issues.
I think it was sort of reverse snottyism.
Oh, I see.
You know, if you're snotty about dogs that you don't think are snotty,
yeah,
that makes you snotty.
Kind of. I did.
But I had this other realization about our parents because I was thinking a lot about our parents.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, I'm done now. I can't type Iditarod with one thumb, so I give up.
Well, I had this interesting realization that while your dad, Butch, was like tanning deer skins, my dad was like having secret meetings in Bolivia with heads of state.
Yeah, they're a little different.
Yeah. I love that about us. I really do because like how did we find each other?
I don't know.
From such far.
And how did we end up so similar?
I don't know.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
We were both like handicapped in the same ways, and
maybe
excited by
you
the
went
same
opposite of your parents, and I went opposite of my parents, and that means that we meet in the middle somewhere.
Well, I fled my parents. I think I took some of their baggage with me as I left, as I fled.
Everybody does that.
Yeah. So that's interesting at this point to sort out. Like, okay. I got pretty far away. I found my compatriots like Emily, but I still have all this baggage that belongs to my parents. What can I do with it? Can I sell it?
You didn't get that far away, though.
Can I sell it on eBay?
Mean, you didn't actually cross the country. A lot of people who have.
I tried. I wanted to like be a world citizen and live in some strange place like Tibet, but I didn't quite make it. I didn't have enough self-confidence.
When you don't like to fly, too. It's hard to get places.
That was a problem, and I thought I would be sort of this rough and tumble person out, backpacking for months in strange places. It just didn't pan out.
I don't like that idea.
I couldn't hack it.
I mean, I like the idea, but if it actually came to
I did hike in once 7 miles down a Scottish pond, fjord. You can call them fjords in Scotland.
I think so.
That's kind of mixing metaphors a little bit.
Whatevs.
Yeah. I did some things like that.
Yeah. That counts.
I mean, Yeah, those people. Yawnish. I remember Yawnish. It was a family of homeschooling family.
Homeschooling is coming wicked back.
Yeah, I had
nobody
raw
wants to get
oats
shot,
for the first
so-
time. I had raw oats there.
What?
That's what they had for breakfast, raw oats. That's what I told you. Muesli is raw oats.
I know.
So
No, I told you that.
No, I told you that.
No.
Yes. What are you lying now again?
I remember this. I gotta go back. It's like 2 months ago we were talking about muesli.
Pants on fire.
You are the pants on fire. I swear.
I
was
educated you
what
about
is wrong?
muesli.
I already knew about muesli.
You did not.
Yes, I did. I said
had to
it
spell it
squeaks
for you.
I said squeaks in your teeth. And my grandmother always had a jar of it, and I didn't like it. She tried to put it on her ice cream.
And I told you that you could actually add boiled water to it. You can make it into a hot meal.
You're making me have to pee.
It's time for some music.
Good, because I have to pee
what do we
now.
have here? We have it's a Robert Resnick song. Here we go.
Soundtrack to the Iditarod.
I am a young and undaunted youth. My name is John McCann. I am a native of Edinburgh and willing to Japan. For the stealing of an heiress I was laid and left in jail. And her father says he'd hang me for stealing Mary Neal. All in cold irons I lay bound, and my love sent word to me. Don't you fear my father's anger, for I will set you free. There's a good ship that lies awaiting from Derry for to go, and I will bribe the captain so he'll let no one know. I gave consent, and back she went, and she stole away her clothes. And to not a one that was in the house her mind she did make known. We have joined our hand in wedlock bands before that we set sail. For her father's wrath I valued not, for I loved my Mary Neal. It was on the proud and swelling sea our ship did gently glide, all on our passage to Quebec, 6 weeks a matchless tide, until we came to Whitehead Bay, where we had no cause to wail. But on Whitehead Bay, all on that day, I lost my Mary Neal. On the 9th of June, in the afternoon, a heavy fog came on. Our captain cries, "Look out, me boys, or else we are all gone." Our vessel on a sandy bank was driven by a gale, and 40 were washed overboard, all along with Mary Neal. Now many were the lines we threw, all in that foaming spray, And many were the times I dived, but I could not find Mary, till her yellow locks come floating all along the wave so high. And it's here now I must stand me trial for stealing Mary Neal.
Wow, that sounds like a hurdy-gurdy if I ever heard one. I've heard probably more. I've heard more hurdy-gurdies than most people, like on average.
Yeah, I would say that you're correct there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel proud of that little
You don't have one,
factoid. No, but I have friends with hurdy-gurdies. How many friends do you have that play hurdy-gurdy?
Just Robert, I guess. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. It's kind of a personal thing, so I haven't asked everybody if they have one in their bedroom.
I know it's not something you lead with generally.
No.
But I was very surprised to find out that you sleep with a hood on.
Really? You just didn't know that?
No, I've never seen you sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
We've never gone camping or anything.
I don't like my ears to be exposed at night.
That's interesting. And I pull my covers up. They have to come up to a certain level or I don't feel good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And that reminds me that when I was a teenager, somebody took me to a spiritualist gathering. This is upstate New York, so I think that's kind of a hotbed of spiritualists, which is a certain kind of, I don't know, channeling psychic-based group.
A lot of white quartz in the area.
White quartz?
Yes.
What's that?
It channels spirits. If you have a lot of it in the ground,
really,
that's where these people tend to congregate.
I didn't know that, Emily. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Sure.
So I went with this guy, and the leader of the group who's doing...
Are you in a cult?
No, I just went.
Okay.
I wasn't a part of it. It was like a field trip. So he takes me out... And we're standing in the congregation. They have their Sunday gatherings, and there's somebody at the head of the so-called church. I don't know if they call it a church, but it kind of seemed like a church. And that person goes around the room and has a channeled message for each person there. And when they got to me, he said something like, well, you can't hide from us. You can't hide under your covers anymore because we'll find you. It was almost like a weird
That's
threat.
creepy and horrible.
It was a weird veiled threat, and I carried that through my life. Like, who is it that's trying to get me?
That's weird and stinky of them to say.
I know. It was like everybody else was having these nice bucolic messages, and I got this strange, like they're out to get you. No wonder I'm paranoid today.
No kidding. That's ridiculous.
This is a deep-seated kind of
I'm going to find
illness.
that guy. I'm going to
Thank you.
Smack him around.
Thank you. You know who took me? This is odd. This guy named David Burak, who was in the SDS, the Students for a Democratic Society. He was a leader in this revolutionary movement that was going on.
You guys are weird
on the
kids.
Colleges. I'm just telling you,
we didn't have anything like that around here. Sometimes we went to a rainbow gathering with my dad, but not like...
This is what happens when you grow up in a college town, you know, and you just run loose like we were little Indians running all around the gorges of Ithaca. And my mother never knew where I was. I was just
nobody's mother ever knew where they were back then.
But in a college town, it has a certain there's certain. Well, you know about the frat boys and the dogs and all that.
Yeah.
So.
People who have not listened to our show for a very long time are really going to wonder right now. Yeah. Kristina was part of the initiation process.
No, I was not. But there was a weird building that I would pass every
without
time
any
I
doors, right?
Yes. It was a mausoleum.
The tunnel came up from under it.
Exactly. How would you get it?
Else.
And I still don't know. So if anybody
Let's go
wants
find
to,
it.
I would like to.
Yeah.
But it's right on a cliff. It's on a cliff. Like you could die.
That's because there's a door at the bottom of the cliff and you climb up into the building.
Well, then we'd have to get down in the gorge.
All right.
We could try.
We can try.
I'm game. Okay. I know where all the secret pathways are.
All right.
So we could just, get on our cleats.
I think the reason I sleep with a hood and things around my ears is because I'm a light sleeper. So noises wake me up. So I just muffle them too. Maybe.
Yeah.
I have lots of reasons. I don't like my ears to be cold when I'm sleeping. And I don't want to hear sounds when I'm sleeping. because they affect my dreams. Something happened the other night. I was dreaming that I was in an arranged marriage with a Japanese guy who I had never met. And for some reason in my dream, I was just like, okay, well, I can't get out of this. And I'm going to be like killed or something if I leave. So, and because I'm actually a wedding planner in real life, I was like stuck planning the whole wedding, my own wedding that was arranged to a stranger.
We have a
and I was super
persecution
stressed out
complex.
for like 6,000 reasons. I was stressed out because I hadn't met this guy and I didn't really want to marry anybody. And I was stressed out because I was trying to make this event that I was supposedly hired to do like the most perfect ever. And it was a very conflicting dream.
Wow. Oh.
Sorry, I got off topic.
No, that's totally on the topic of our sort of persecution, our joint persecution complex that runs like a river through our lives.
It's very weird. Very weird.
Yeah. Well,
we had an accident this week and we never, well, not a really one, but I've never, ever in my years with John, he's never gone off the road once ever. And we went off the road and it was so scary, but it was fine. It was totally fine. Like the car was fine. We were fine. It just was a scary spot.
yeah.
Like there was only a teeny thin little crust of snowbank keeping us from pitching into the steep ravine off my sister's road.
Oh my gosh.
And we had slid sideways.
So which
all down
road
it.
was it on?
Monarch Hill Road.
Ay, ay, ay.
And then we got out of the car quickly because I knew anybody coming behind us would whack right into us and we'd go over
Yes.
because you couldn't stop. Like there was no stopping at
Yes.
all.
I'm telling you, people are complaining about this, how slippery the snow is. That it's.
Maybe you're right about your aluminum in the air going in the
I
snow.
really think there's something going on.
There was I've never seen anything like it. I mean, usually you just drive the conditions and you're fine. We were literally going so slow that it wouldn't even register on the thing.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden we just started sliding and we slid fast. Like we slid so much faster than anything. And then finally came to rest in this teeny little snowbank. And then we ran down the hill to call for help. And my brother-in-law came and got us out. And he was sliding around too. And he's got a big heavy-duty plow truck thing. It was just scary. And then the town trucks got in an accident on our road too. They whacked into somebody or somebody whacked into them. Like there was just accidents everywhere.
Yeah, somebody
It was super scary.
I know, somebody was visiting me and they got stuck in the neighbor's driveway, and then
goodness.
a plow truck got stuck in my other neighbor's driveway. But I wanted to say that the more that you believe in conspiracy theories,
Yeah.
like aluminum, but that's not really. Well, here's the thing:
It's not really a conspiracy theory.
It's
There's
not,
definitely
because there's
aluminum in the
evidence,
snow.
and the more that you start like doing research and you start getting really involved with so-called conspiracy theories, the more they seem like they're not conspiracy theories. So where is
Well, that isn't, Kristina. That's just
Yeah, but
some
whoever
scientific thing.
but-
I mean,
but-
what's the conspiracy?
But who has the right to call something a conspiracy theory?
No, I don't understand. Like, what's the conspiracy about there being aluminum in the snow? There's definitely all kinds of toxins in our snow now. There has to be.
Well, it's when you start
Everything is
you conflate
toxic.
you conflate with these sort of Alec Jones exaggerations, which have usually a grain of salt in them. Do you know that guy? He's a right wing.
No.
You probably don't know because you have such a sheltered life in Tunbridge, Vermont.
do.
But he's a very famous right wing blowhard who just creates all this commotion on. I guess he's on television. I don't know where he lives. Maybe he lives on YouTube. But
He lives in the cloud.
yeah, but you would call him a conspiracy theorist. But actually, I don't know. I feel like a lot of things are being called conspiracy theories now that are actually true.
Well, yeah, it's because we're such a divided people that no matter what happens, if we hear something we don't like, one half of us just screams fake news or conspiracy theory, and then the other half does the exact same thing. It's nobody's paying any attention to like
What the
what
facts
actually constitutes as like scientific evidence anymore. If
I
you
know.
don't like it, you just pretend that it's not real.
Well, you know what the problem with scientific evidence is, in some cases, is that now scientists are being bought off by corporate interests. And so sometimes you can't even trust the science. So you have to go sort of out, you have to really dig and do research, into But you have to look deeper. You have to go like
You
one
have to
or
look
two.
wider, because
Wider and deeper.
I found if I see something and it's definitely biased in one direction or the other, you have to just, you can't keep digging at that one source. You have to just, I try to look at all the sources and then filter my own intuition. My own intuition.
And you just have to
and
take
then I
time.
kind of am like, yeah, you know what? That seems pretty accurate.
Yeah,
or not.
I tell you, when I was raising kids, I didn't have any time to even think about stuff like this. And now that my kids are grown and gone, I am catching up. I am doing just working myself to death at night with this research of all kinds of things that I didn't understand were happening. Like, for example, the CIA's activities overseas since after the Cold War or during the Cold War and beyond. It's unbelievable. I can't even believe that somehow I missed all this. So I spend these long winter nights sometimes researching so I can understand better the history of what's happened in our country, because that's very helpful when on the surface of things it's so crazy and people can't believe what's going on and who the president is and what he's doing and all the crazy stuff. But if you really start to look at the history of what this country's been up to,
it was a long time coming. Of course,
it was a long, long time coming, and there were seeds being planted. I mean, for this current situation, the seeds were planted after World War II, and I've just ordered a bunch of books.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a great one called Legacy of Ashes, which is the history of the CIA. Wow. Yeah. So I'll let you know what I find.
That sounds good. I know
Yeah.
I often don't have time to look into anything. And then I felt like a huge jerk the other day because I saw a huge article about the people like me who just say, I can't handle the media right now, or I can't handle dealing with all this stress. I'm going to back away and live my life or whatever. And how saying that is like big flashing red signs screaming like white privilege, because I can back away from all the extreme trauma and hideousness of the world sometimes, because I'm a lucky white girl who doesn't have to like experience any of that stuff firsthand if I want to. And so then I was like, nah, where's the line before I go crazy or
well, that's where I feel like studying history really saves you, because you start to see that it's not just craziness. It's actually been plotted out by people. A lot of these things have been plotted out. And it's interesting because what drew me into all this partly was the current political situation, but it was also that I started to realize that my dad was a product of that period, that post-World War II period, where he was part of this Bureau of Applied Social Research at Princeton or at Columbia University, and they were doing all kinds of propaganda work with the U.S. government. So that got me really interested. Like, what the heck did he really do? I don't even really know what my dad did, and I don't think our family really understands what he did.
I think most people don't really know what their dads do because we don't really. They feed us. That's about it.
Well,
I don't know.
That may be true, but yeah. Enough said, I guess. I don't want to implicate my father in anything. Not yet.
When is St. Patrick's Day? Is it today?
The 17th.
What's today? Are we
the 16th?
Oh.
So it's tomorrow. Yeah, okay. I got asked if I would do some Celtic music up at the Whammy Bar, but I just couldn't get it together. I just couldn't get my act together.
Yeah.
You know, you can only coordinate so many things.
Oh my God.
Before you just feel like you're being
exhausting and not worth it.
You know that term drawn and quartered?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I just need to improve my haircut. I'm practicing.
That's your weekend goals. What are you going to do to it? I think you should do something totally.
I could easily make it worse.
I don't understand what you think is wrong with your hair.
It's just so blah-de-blah.
Well, stop straightening it and let it be all cool and curly again.
No, it's just whatever I do to it, it's blah-de-blah.
That isn't true.
I should go have it done.
I
for
had
$200.
no idea at all.
Would you pay $200 to go to the hairdresser?
No, it's because there's no help for me.
What? You have the same attitude that I do.
Well, my hair actually is blah-de-blah. You have two choices with your hair. You have your hair straight all the time, but you actually, for real, have beautiful curly hair.
You're like
you have those choices.
You're like the pot calling the kettle black.
Mine truly is blah-de-blah. Mine is just limp, fine hair that even if I wanted to curl it, even if they put every horrible chemical that said curl in my hair,
look,
wouldn't curl.
When you take that position about yourself, then I have to take this other extreme position that says, everyone is beautiful in their own way. I have to go there. You force me to go there.
Who do we decide sang that? That guy, not Ricky Skaggs.
I think Paul found out who it was, but I forgot because it wasn't a familiar name to
Ray
me.
Stevens.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the guy who sang that Squirrel Went Berserk in the South Baptist Church guy.
What? The Squirrel Went Berserk?
Yeah.
What is that?
That was his one-hit wonder. He sings a lot of... I only know that because my dad used to be a fan of him back in the 80s or whenever he did
I think John was right about me. I missed a whole chunk of popular culture for a couple decades.
We've got a book for that.
Okay, I think I should borrow it maybe.
I know. We should have sent it home with you that time.
Yeah. Hey, we got to play another song.
Okay, what now?
This one's called Money, 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 which is perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Money, 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 money changes everything. Money, 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 busy pulling all the strings. Ain't it funny, honey, all the trouble money brings. Burns a hole in my pocket whenever I stock it. Spending is a bad disease. Easy come, easy go, thinking that it grows on trees. Keep doing as I please, and I'll be begging on my knees. Check my balance, the money back guarantees. Money, 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 money changes everything. Money, 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 busy pulling all the strings. Ain't it funny, honey, all the trouble money brings. And the almighty dollar grabs my collar, flying blind as I can be. Shopping spree, I can't break free, diving into bankruptcy. Living large when times are fat, try to imagine that. Then lean gets mean, locking up my currency. Money, 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 money changes everything. Money, 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 busy pulling all the strings. Ain't it funny, honey, all the trouble money brings. I've been bought and I've been sold, chasing all things gold. The less I have, the more I need. The more I have, the less I'm free. My desire to acquire can really light a fire. Flames keep growing higher. Impulse fires, hear that choir. Another score like before. A feeling so inspired. I must be hardwired. But the bills keep coming, and I'm getting way too tired. Money, 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 money changes everything. Money, 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 busy pulling all the strings. Ain't it funny, honey, all the trouble money brings. All the trouble money brings.
All right.
Woo.
That was Dave Keller with Robert Bryant. That was Robert Bryant's song, and he was singing it. He's a friend over in Stratford, Thetford. So, anyway,
Cool.
it's a great album called Back Road Benevolence.
Sweet.
So, I want to tell you about a new martial art that I'm developing.
Yourself? What is that?
Cat Kwando. Yeah.
Oh, cats.
No, this is what it is. Is that well, the first thing, you know how when you come into a martial arts class and you have to kind of go up to the altar and sort of, I don't know what you do. You do some gesture of.
No, I don't think you do. I don't know actually at all. Are you talking about like a Buddhist temple? Because
No.
I don't think you go up to any altar in a martial arts.
I took my kids to Aikido, and there was some kind of a
What even is that?
Aikido. Well, I'm not interested in Aikido. I'm interested in Cat Kwando. That's what I'm telling you about. But there's like anyway, so what I do is I say to my cats, the first thing, it's like, namaste, I value your opinion. That's what I say to my cats because I do value their opinion.
Okay.
And cats can reflect back to you a lot of things about yourself. Like when I walk through the house, the cats act like I'm this monster and they all like run as if I was a herd of elephants, right? Have you ever had that? No, your cats are too young. These are older cats, but I mean, yes, maybe.
Oh, mine don't like it if I walk through the house in snow pants. That's very upsetting.
That's similar. That could
Okay.
actually be one of the side lessons to do it with snow pants on. The cat Kwando with snow pants on. But just the regular, I mean, yes, I have stepped on my cats once in a while, but they shouldn't be that afraid of me.
Right.
So
More
what
feeding happens than stepping on.
Yes. So what you have to do is you have to, when you see your cats picking up, starting to run away from you, you have to bring your energy down to that. You can see it. You bring your energy down, and then your cats respond. They stop running and they start walking. And that is true cat Kwando. And if you can do that with your snow pants on, man, you are an elevated soul.
Okay. All right.
So we can evolve. Those of us in rural
I
environments
just don't know what to
who
say.
have like little contact with the outside world and start to go crazy, we can evolve.
I feel I shouldn't pick on you for having cats, though, because technically you only have one more cat than I have cats. So,
What, you have 2, I have 3?
yeah. So, I mean,
All the
if
more
I'm going to
cat
call you,
Kwando.
if I'm going to call you crazy cat lady,
You could
I'm
do it.
so close at your heels that,
That's right. And you can do it with 2. You can go just as crazy if you want.
yeah, I don't pay so much attention to my cats, so.
Well, you have to flip these ordinary things in your environment. You have to flip them into learning experiences, or you'll just stagnate.
Okay, yeah,
And there's no point in stagnating this young,
true.
especially for you. You being so much younger than I, that I think it's more important for you to be paying attention to this now. As your elder, I would say.
Okay, all right.
Anyway,
I literally have nothing to say about that.
okay.
I can't.
fine.
I'm trying to even. I can't even think of some sort of smart aleck quip to,
You know,
to shout at you right now.
That happened to me last
I'm
week
just
with
so
you.
blown away by your
You,
Zen catness.
I know. I understand. But here's something I bet you could help me with,
Okay.
because I think that you understand these things as much as I do. When you take your ashes out of your wood stove and you throw them on the driveway, should you be concerned about blowing up your car?
Well, if your ashes are still glowing,
Yes.
probably.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe a little. Do you have a gas leak?
Not that I know, but
Right. I usually do. So, but my ashes never go on the driveway until they've sat for days. So
you
I
take. Do you
don't
have 2
worry.
buckets? How do you do that?
No, but we don't run our upstairs wood stove constantly the way that you do.
Okay.
So But we also leave our ash bucket outside.
I do
when
that
we
sometimes.
do it because I'm afraid that the cats, again, are going to go use
Yeah.
it as their little potty.
Exactly, but you
Because
might
they did that once, and it was very upsetting to me.
lose your bucket if it snowed on it.
Well, we have like an overhang, and so I put it's under the overhang.
Okay, thanks.
But yeah, maybe just don't, with old rigs, don't put glowing embers under them, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what if the UPS man came down the driveway and you had just put
He shouldn't be leaking.
Well, what
They
about
probably have.
what about
they
his
have
tire?
insurance
What about
for
his
that
tires?
Stuff, probably. His tires?
Yeah, his tires rolling over hot coals.
I don't
on
think
your
that's going to
driveway?
hurt his tires. I think their tires have to be like those on the big armored cars. Because the run flat kind. I think they don't. I think it's fine.
Now you're not making any sense.
Yeah, armored cars. You can't pop their tires. Because otherwise, people would be popping their tires and stealing all their money.
Really?
You didn't know that? Their tires are like solid. They don't have air in them.
No, I missed.
Or something. I don't know what run flat
missed
tires
that day
have in
at
them,
school.
but it's not air.
They
Maybe it's like gel or foam or something.
weren't teaching that at my school.
Well, you've heard of the run flat tires, though, right?
The what?
They're called run flat tires. It means
No.
even if they're flat, they're fine. They're not flat.
No.
Or they should be non-flat
See,
tires.
that's something you learned from your dad. My dad
I
didn't
don't
know
think I
about
did.
run
I don't
flat
think
tires.
I learned it from my dad. I think I learned it from the interwebs. I don't know where I learned it, but I think it's a thing. And I'm pretty sure armored cars have it.
Okay. I know that Dinky
Hey.
Toys have it.
What toys?
Dinky Toys.
Do you mean Tinker Toys?
Dinky Toys.
I don't think that's a
Dinky
thing.
cars.
That's not a thing.
You are so young. We
I'm
had
not.
dinky cars.
I don't even
The
know
little
anything.
cars.
Do you mean micro machines?
No.
What are you talking about?
Blech. That's
must be a New
plastic.
York-
Sounds like something
That must
plastic.
be a New York thing.
No,
Nobody had any
it's,
dinky cars.
they made the little metal cars with rubber wheels.
Are you talking about Weebles?
No, not Weebles.
How
How dare you say that?
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Dinky cars. Look it up on the interwebs, as you put it.
All right, I
See
will
if you
later.
can find
I
dinky
will.
cars.
I
Okay?
love the word dinky.
I do too. That's why I
But-
said it, because I thought you'd like it.
That's why you said
you-
it. I
but
thought it
you
was a
pitched
thing.
a
I thought it was
fit.
a real thing.
You pitched a fit
Are
about
you just
it.
making it up
No, I am not.
because you like the word?
You're going to get a lot of hate mail for this. This is
Bring
like
it
when
on.
when the generations can't talk to each other. This
Did
is
you?
exactly what happens.
Did I see that you said there's too much snow to ski?
Yeah. Well, it's up to your thigh.
I know, that's
You
true.
can't
That's a
cross country
question.
ski when
Well,
you're.
go downhill ski then.
No, I hate ski areas so much with a passion. Like, I hate them as much as flying.
No.
Yes, I do, almost.
Well, that can't be because
Almost.
I hate
It's a
flying
second-
and I love
it's a
downhill
second
ski
to
areas.
Well, if you could promise me that there'd be like a foot of powder on the mountain, I
I
would.
can promise that right now, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Have you looked outside?
Okay. Well,
Although-
I did try to go skiing in my woods, and I got up my neighbor's driveway, and I was exhausted, and so I had to
Yeah,
turn
there's
around.
too
and come
much
back.
to go.
Yeah, it was up to my thigh, and I thought you cannot cross country ski when it's like this, unless you go to a ski area where there's a grooming machine.
Yeah, you should try the Tunbridge cross country ski trails sometime.
What's that?
They start at the fairgrounds, and George White grooms them beautifully with a groomer.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
Everybody
know that.
uses them.
Why don't people tell me anything?
I'm telling you now. I
God,
didn't know
I feel
you.
like swearing.
I didn't know you didn't know it.
I feel like cursing.
he grooms them beautifully.
because
like
I'm always
every
nobody
week.
tells me anything.
And there's nothing else that are on those trails, like no snow machines or anything. Sometimes people
Am
walk
I-
their dogs.
Am I not a good citizen
Yeah,
of the
Yeah.
Orange County?
I thought you knew this piece of information. Okay, I'm sorry you didn't.
I
know
just
this.
feel like people hold back on me.
maybe they didn't know that you were an avid cross country skier.
Okay, well now they do.
All right, good. Well, you are welcome to come and use them.
What else? Darn it.
Want me to list all my sheep names for you because they're really funny?
Yes, I do.
Okay, they're all car names this year. And the trouble is, we were thinking of going with insect names next year, but so many cars actually, we accidentally named some of our lambs this year a car name that's also an insect name. So
Oh,
it doesn't work. You can't do that. You can't cross the generations like that.
No.
So we have Tin Lizzie and Rambler, and Corvette and Camaro and Lamborghini and Fiat and Isetta and Sprite and Spider. See? Spider.
Yeah.
And we have Beetle.
Oh.
Another one.
Another
and
insect.
Dart and Baja. But like now we can't go with insects next year because we're going to mix up like beetle and spider.
Why don't you
although
pick
I guess
a certain kind of an insect?
Technically, spiders are arachnids, right?
Well, pick a different kind of an insect, like all the different kinds of fruit flies or something like that. Drosophila or Drosophila.
That's going to be really difficult. But we were thinking of birds instead, maybe.
Or how about larvae?
Oh, larva.
Things that turn...
larva or larvae?
Things that have larvae. Things that start as larvae.
Is multiple larvae?
Larvae.
Larvae? AI?
No,
you didn't ask me to spell anything this week.
There is a similarity between AI and larva. The invasion of the body snatchers is a case in point.
I don't know if I want to name all the sheep larva names. And
Well, just look into it. Do a little research.
Know I could come up with enough of them.
Use your interwebs.
I might.
Because you'll find out some very good things about the C.I.A. and about insect stages of development. So
I didn't see any snow fleas this year, did you?
I don't know what that is.
Somebody said that there's some place that they have rainbow snow fleas, so it's like little rainbow sprinkles just jumping around.
Ew. I can't like that much.
And some places they're gold, little sparkle. It's like glitter.
I'm not into that.
Snow fleas are cute.
No,
there's something cute about them.
so.
They don't harm you. They're not really fleas. They're just little.
No, probably not.
I
Pass.
just don't want to like
Take a
eat them
pass.
or anything. Okay.
Pass on that.
Fine.
Okay, I guess we're going to go out on a song. So thank you for listening to 11th Hour
Is it going to be an
Radio,
Irish
Emily.
song? Okay, Kristina.
No, it's not Irish. Forget that. I don't want to get into that stuff.
Neither of us are Irish.
I'm not Irish.
We don't care.
I'm Scottish.
We totally don't care. You're not Scottish.
I am Scottish. My grandfather was Scottish. Come on. Give me a break. Scottish, English, Greek, Italian. Okay?
I guess.
Anyway. Well, I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to
say bye.
I was going to say thank you for listening. Find us on Apple Podcasts or iHeart,
which is like
Radio.
iTunes, but it's not new.
Yeah,
or
it can be delivered to your door, to your phone.
Or you can get all of our podcasts at 11thhourradio.com too, I think. Right?
Yeah.
And some other places.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right.
We'll be back next Friday.
Okay. All right.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Push the button.
Okay.
Wait.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, I'm letting you go, loosening my grip. I'm cutting the ties, letting you drift. We rocked and we rambled, lost when we gambled, hedging our bets. Your kind of beauty cut right through me. Now it's time to forget. Well, I'm letting you go. Time will heal the wounds. A fading photograph, a love that lay in ruins. We sang and we mingled, partied like singles, dancing at the Rotary. You were delicious, every young man's wishes. Look at what you did to me. Oh, look at what you did to me. Well, I'm letting you go. What you did to me. Yes, I'm letting you go. What you did to me. Well, I'm letting you go. And I'll never be the same. Flavors are dull and colors are gray. We love like legends,